Today on Yester Kitchen, we are going to get very boozy with one amazing treat with a fabulous story. You're going to love it. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Jill and this is Yester Kitchen. If you're new here, welcome. It would be an honor to have you join us as we explore retro history through food. And today, I will not disappoint you. We are making rum balls. What are rum balls? I know you've heard of them. So rum balls are like a truffle-like confection, and they're just like little balls of happiness. They're chocolate flavored, and they could be. I'm making chocolate flavored. And they're rolled in all kinds of different things. And the thing is, this is a no-bake treat. So there is a lot of booze in it, and it stays very boozy because you're not baking. So these are usually very popular around Christmas time, but I'm gonna make them now because they are really good any time of the year. So don't put yourself in a little holiday box. I can only make these during the holidays. Enjoy what you like anytime, whenever you're ready for it. So where do rum balls come from? Well, they came from Danish bakers, born out of a way to use up food waste. So here's what they did. They had cake, they were baking their cakes, they were doing their thing, but when they carved cakes, they would carve away pieces of the cake to kind of shape a cake. And they had all these cake pieces left over. And chefs, well, they're not fans of food waste, which is awesome. So they were thinking, what can we do with these leftover pieces of cake that we're carving away? And the rum ball was born. They just added chocolate to the cake and rum and rolled them in like happy little things. They were kind of like the precursor to the cake pops that we all know and love now. They were quick, they were easy, and they were very popular. So popular that they kind of spread all over the world, and every country kind of has their own version of a rum ball. And we have now what was created for the home cook, because we don't make cakes on a mass scale and carve away cake pieces and have all this cake, like what are we gonna do with it? So the recipes were evolved into using either graham cracker crumbs or vanilla wafer crumbs, which we're gonna do today. And they're just amazing. They're just amazing. So we should just stop talking and start making it. In my happy little 1970s mixing bowl, I have 12 ounces of vanilla wafers. Straight up vanilla wafers. I put them in a food processor because you want them crushed very, very fine. And that's our base. So now we're gonna add in some flavors. We have 1 cup of powdered sugar. We have 2 tablespoons of cocoa. Can you leave that out and just have like vanilla flavored? Of course. So now we're gonna add 1 cup of chopped nuts. And I actually made you a little how-to, so here it is. Okay, so here I have a cup of nuts. They're macadamias. As you can see, they're kind of big. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop them. Really, really fine. Just going back and forth with a large knife until they get smaller. You don't want to put them in a food processor because they just contain so much oil that instead of chopped nuts, you're gonna get peanut butter or any kind of nut butter that you happen to be using. So just keep chopping away. It's kind of zen. So we have our chopped nuts. Now you know how. You can use whatever you like. You name it. These are macadamias. I just happen to love that soft, buttery texture. But of course, there's like unlimited options because you can just take this recipe and you can even use graham cracker crumbs if you want. And we're just gonna mix this really well. Okay, now we're gonna move our happy little bowl out of the way and bring another happy little 70s mixing bowl in for you. Right there. We need a 1/2 cup of corn syrup. I always love to show my trick just in case. In order to get sticky stuff out really easily, you just want to hit it with a little bit of cooking spray. And then in goes our corn syrup. 1/2 cup. And then out goes our corn syrup. Super easy. And to that, it wouldn't be a rum ball if we didn't add rum. You can use between 2 ounces and 4 ounces of rum. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, you'll know I went with 4 ounces, which is equal to a 1/2 cup. So we're gonna get our rum in there. And actually you can use any kind of rum you like. This happens to be, I'm gonna stir this while I'm talking. You wanna just mix these two really well together. This happens to be spiced rum, but you can use dark rum, you can use light rum. And there, okay, the alcohol's picking up the corn syrup and it's starting to really thin out. I know what you're gonna ask, can I use bourbon? Yes, but it won't be a rum ball. These little guys are just fabulous. Okay, bring back our happy, exceptionally happy mixing bowl because he's about to get some rum. So we're just gonna take our rum corn syrup mixture and mix it right into our cookie mixture. See, as you can see, it is so easy. We're almost done. Mix it super well till everything is incorporated. So give me a second to just finish this up for you. All right, so now we have this thing completely mixed. It's just all incorporated. So we can't make our balls yet. We've got to let this rest 30 minutes right out on the counter. So we're gonna let that rest, and then all the crumbs are gonna absorb all the rum and the liquid, and then we'll be ready to make some rum balls. So it's been 30 minutes, but before I continue with this, I really want to share with you where I get these recipes from. So this particular recipe came out of 1981, and it came from a book called The California Cookbook that was put out by the Los Angeles Times. This book is chock full of restaurant recipes from all the popular restaurants of the day. Most are gone, some are still around. They had a newspaper article, the Times had a newspaper article where people would write in and say, can you get me the recipe for this? Oops. A lot of recipes from there, a lot of reader submitted recipes. This is just a goldmine of fabulous, fabulous recipes. And as a matter of fact, one of my very first videos that I did, which was Kon-Tiki chicken salad, right there, came from there, and I actually went down to the location where the restaurant used to be and showed you that it's kind of in construction for a new place. Anyway, I digress. This is where it comes from. And these rum balls, they're pretty much ready to go. So here is our mixture. It looks exactly the same. It's just that all the cookies have now absorbed the rum. There's so many ways you can coat these balls. I have 5 little choices, and I'll give you a few more. You can roll them in powdered sugar, cocoa powder. I have these little edible pearls that I thought might be pretty, and I have rainbow sprinkles. I really wanted to get chocolate sprinkles, but the market was out. So you can use chocolate sprinkles, you can use coconut, you can use finely chopped nuts. It's endless, it's absolutely endless. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take about that much, and we're just gonna roll it in our hand. And what's first? Well, powdered sugar is closest. And you just roll it in there, tap off the excess. Whoop, I missed a spot. And that's it. And now you want to put it on a baking sheet lined in wax paper. It's just easy. They don't stick that way. So I'm going to go ahead and make all kinds of cute little rum balls in all kinds of cute little coatings. Oh, and there's one more thing I want to show you. That is another option. You can also put a cherry in the center. Amarena cherries. They're the kind of cherries that are in a very heavy syrup. The main brand is Luxardo, but there's many other brands that are far more cost effective that are just as delicious. Or you can use a regular maraschino cherry, the bright red ones that are for ice cream. Anyway, we used these cherries when actually I got my husband to be in an episode, and we made smoked old fashions. If you haven't had it, oh, they're amazing. So definitely check out that video. But for now, and by the way, making these rum balls, it is a sticky situation all over your hands, but that's okay. It's worth it. Just take a little bit of our dough. It's going over a little bit of our dough and kind of make a little indentation. Put your cherry inside and just cover it up. Roll it up just like that. And I think we'll put this one in cocoa. So sometimes, maybe people will get a little surprised with the cherry, or make them all cherry. Whatever you want to do. So we've got some started. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these off, and we'll be right back when I'm done. Okay, so I've done all the balls, and take a look. I just made them, so here they are, all the 4 different ones. The cherries are in there somewhere. I don't know, it's gonna be a surprise. But isn't it crazy how something so wonderful can come out of the need to reduce food waste? This is just, so many good things about this recipe, and so much rum. Don't worry, unless you eat 30 of them, you're not gonna get drunk. You'll be fine. So I know you're not gonna eat all the rum balls at once, so when you're not having them out for company or yourself, you wanna store them in the fridge, and that way they maintain their shape. But when you serve them, you wanna serve them at room temperature. So just don't forget, give yourself about maybe 20 minutes before you serve them, let them sit out, they'll be just fine. And how awesome is it that a bakery treat was adapted for the home cook? So, there's just so much good out of all this. Make some rum balls, try them. Oh my God, which one do I want? I'm gonna go cocoa. Right there. so good, so rummy. I'm getting the crunch from the nuts. So make some rum balls and tell your friends where they came from, because food history, that's just what carries these recipes. If you would like to explore more dishes from your childhood or just the past, I invite you to subscribe. I release new videos every week. In the meantime, there's some more retro dishes for you. And remember, every dish, even rum balls, oh yeah, have a story. I will see you in the next video.